Welcome back, everyone, to the TMI FYI podcast. I am squeaking.
Are you squeaking or is that me?
I think it was you.
Okay.
All right. Well,
probably.
I'm Nat.
I'm Claude.
And we are amateur hour here at the
Happy
pod.
hour.
It is happy hour now. Okay, it is definitely you. You are squeaking
Why
like
am
a little pig.
squeaking
I don't
over-
know.
Oh, I don't know. Of course it would be mine. Why wouldn't it be mine?
If you've been here long enough, you know that
My microphone and I, no matter where I am, no matter where I sit,
it
we
is
fight.
a toxic relationship.
We fight.
We do.
And I drink.
Yeah. So how you been? Tell me.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't have any exciting. What do I ever? No, I do. I have fun stuff happening, but
You have a lot of things happening.
I do.
I feel like your life is very full.
It is very full. It is very full, and at times more full than I would like it. Sometimes I'd like it to slow down, but it's a standard, a typical busy, a good, looking for like today to tomorrow. I don't have to leave my house for anything.
That's
Which I love.
Best.
It is.
I love days like that.
Yeah. And when I do it in the morning, and I really try to be home by noon or 1 the latest. Now it's summer, so I don't have to deal a lot with the school traffic. And we still do have lunchtime, so if you're going to go anywhere that's a restaurant or do groceries, it gets full at lunchtime. So there's traffic.
It?
Yeah. Yeah, people go to the deli, like at Publix, and they get like their pub subs and their hot food or whatever. And then now it's summer, so the moms are with the little kids that aren't in summer camp. So the grocery store gets full. And the school zones are on here. Bun. Twisting of the bun.
Let's get into it. So this is what's got your bun
moño virado.
What's got your moño virado? What's got your bun twisted? Claudia, tell us. Get into it.
God, and I was at some point a summer mom. Or should I say a mom with a kid at home, for a while. She went to a lot of summer camps. And I had a friend who just loved to have their kids home. Can't wait for summer. They're home. I'm like, what?
Who's that?
I love being with my kid, but I love routine. I function a lot better with routine, whether it's with food, like when I'm on like you call me crazy.
Your psychopath diet? Yeah.
Whatever. I love knowing when I got to eat, what I got to eat. I don't want to think. I don't want to think. And so when the kids are home for summer and you don't have them in summer camp, what are we going to do today? Where are we going? We're gonna blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, kill me. I love you, but I need you to be entertained. So she went to a lot of summer camp, and she loved them. She couldn't wait to go to some of them, like the LaSalle summer camp here at LaSalle. But the thing is that they start early. So you're just still waking up early to take them to camp, and then you got to pick them up at 4. But they enjoy it. I loved that. But going to the grocery store, you go to the grocery store, and it's God bless
ankle
moms.
biters.
Oh God, I feel so bad for them. But at the same time, like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear your kids screaming. I don't. And God bless you. I'm so sorry for you that you're there. Because going grocery shopping with like a little one and one. It is. It is. It takes it out of you. So that's the summer. Like,
well, I'm going through that right now. My kids are not currently in camp because.
So what do they do all day?
Oh my God. Well, all right. Not a lot. They are
bored out of their minds.
A lot of screen time, a lot of fighting, a lot of snacks. And the reason why they're at home is because I do send them to camp, but we have we're going on vacation tomorrow, so it was not going to be a full week. And camp is too expensive for me to pay for a full week if they're not going to go for the full week. Like, I'm not going to do it because it's so pricey. Like, these camps are out of control. Yep. You guys are thieves. and maybe that's got my
I think your bun's really getting tighter.
It's getting tighter. That wasn't mine for today, but you're welcome. You activated it.
You're welcome.
But yeah, it's really hard in the summer. I like the more laid back pace of the summer because summer camp actually starts later than school for us. And it's also right around the corner from me.
Well, the LaSalle one was early. 7:30 we had to be there.
What?
Other ones were at 9, like the little dance camps and things that were like 9 to 1. And I'm like, that's it? Just one? You don't have like an after? I got to be here. What?
You don't have an enrichment program?
You get home, you get maybe a workout, laundry, whatever. You're like, fuck, I got to go back now. That's it. It's over. That's all I had.
Oh, no, my kids are there when they do go to camp, they're there all day. I pay for aftercare. I pay for
overnight,
weekends. Just keep them.
I'll be back next month.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, all day. Well, that was. Where do they get to go all day? Because most of the ones, other than the LaSalle one, is
their school has a camp.
Really?
In the
so
summer,
it's called summer school.
It's no, but
they call it camp.
It's called the state penitentiary. No, it's a they do like summer camp. So they have like art camp, cooking camp, sports camp.
That's nice.
And so every week Oliver loves it.
Okay.
My oldest one loves it. My little one is going for the first time this year, but he likes it because every week he goes, like 1 week he'll do cooking, 1 week he'll do sports, 1 week he'll do art, and it's literally 2 minutes from my house, and it's from 9 to 5.
Oh,
so, see
that's
ya.
awesome.
Have a great time.
That's awesome.
Have a nice summer.
Yeah, that's.
And they do water day, and they do all that stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, there were a couple summers where I was with my friend, and every day we had a different thing, and one day was at her house, and one day was at my house, and then we'd do a beach day, and then, it's. But then you can't do anything else. Like you get behind on all what you normally do when they're at school.
Well, yeah. Well, also I work,
and if you work, because I
have a job, so I can't be.
I did. I'm saying that now because I remember in summer, my job, or should I say, when I worked in an office, I worked with my husband. So, honey, I can't.
That's a little easier.
Yeah, I didn't have like a boss that I had to like check in, check out, and ask for permission. No, but even when she was in school, I would have to sometimes pick her up and take her back to the office. If we had stuff to finish, if he had something he was getting ready for, and she would go in the conference room and do homework, and
it's just a lot to balance. When you're a parent, like whether it's the school year, the summer
for me, I was parent. I couldn't wait for back to school. I was like so excited for first day of school, and it's just this relief once you drop them off. You're like wow.
Smell you later.
Yeah, it was yeah.
All right. Well, that's got your bun twisted.
Lessons.
You know what? I think I'm going to skip mine because my bun was also twisted by that one. I did have another one though, but you're not going to relate.
It's okay.
Because you don't watch. Okay, so guys, if anybody is watching And Just Like That, which is the Sex and the City sequel show. Now, it's always been like horrible. Like, it's not a good show. It's objectively a bad show. But I'm so loyal to the franchise that I will watch anything they put out. Doesn't matter how bad it is. They're really testing me this time around. Like, they're like, how bad can we make?
What's her staying power for this one?
Yeah, like, how much can we torture people before they start to drop? And I'm still in, but it's so bad. They have ruined every single character. The writing is bad. The storylines are stupid.
That sucks.
And it was such, like, that show is...
iconic for you.
It's iconic for me. It was, like, such... a part of my life. And for it to just go down in flames like this, if anyone else agrees with me, if you disagree, I'm curious. What do you see in the show that I'm not seeing? Like, tell me what you like. I want to see if maybe there's something I'm missing, but it makes me mad every time. And I hate watch it. And you know,
force yourself. Yeah. I can't think right now. 'Cause again, today this episode's going to be kind of off the cuff. It's going to be,
yeah, this was a little different.
Yeah, it's a little random, and we're good at random. We'll go places.
We're at our best when we're random.
I can't think. I know I've quit shows after I'm like, oh, come on. I can't think of one now. If I happen to blurt it out at some
okay, if you just like Tourette's, you just let it out.
You'll know, if you caught this from the beginning, you'll know what I'm referring to as far as like a show that I was like disappointed that the later one, there's one coming to me.
It's at the tip of your tongue.
It is, and the name will come shortly.
Well, mostly I get disappointed with shows that, they sometimes. Oh, you know what you know which one I hated, but it wasn't. I liked the show, but the ending just made me so mad. Did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
I got to like the 6th season, or like we had like 3 left, and it wasn't. I watched it because my husband was really into it, and it was okay. But I was never invested. Like, I couldn't wait to watch the next. Never got. I don't know. I tried.
Okay, well, don't even bother, because the ending was so bad. And the other one that I just got into recently, and Netflix made me do it because it kept putting it in my face. Like, you're gonna like this show. You're gonna like this show.
We picked this for you.
Yeah, it made me watch Younger. Which is a show with Hilary Duff.
I've heard of it. I remember all the stuff about it, but I didn't see it.
So good. I was immediately hooked. Yeah, and it's like not... maybe it's for my demographic a little bit, because it is about a 40-year-old woman who pretends to be younger. It got me so hooked, and then the ending was so fucking bad. It made me so angry. I'm like, do you know how many hours I've invested? How much time? How much I shooed my children away from the room so that I could watch this, and then you do me dirty like this?
Yeah.
So TV people, get it together.
Oh, I should have, had I known, I would have written, because there's some like that where the ending, I'm like, that's it? That's the end? What? There has to be more. You can't leave us. Don't do that.
I know. You know what I love when
closure.
What you know what I love that shows do, and only a few shows do this, where they will show you like scenes of the future, like how everybody ends up and what happens. And I'm like, thank you for that. Like, I want to know, how did this?
And kind of, I feel that way about Mad Men. A lot of people don't. My daughter tried to watch it. She's like, I could never.
I got to season 3.
Oh no. It was, and now I look at it sometimes like, was it this slow when I watched it? Because
it's super slow. Yes,
it tends to be. But
it was
got it. And I remember we had at the time, we were doing the construction on our house, and we were at the rental, and we had a treadmill in the back room. So in the afternoons we would take turns, right? So each episode was a full 45 minutes, I think. So I would watch, because my husband was like, don't watch it till I get there. I said, don't worry, I'm watching it, and you're getting on the treadmill, and you're going to watch it, and I'll rewatch it with you. And and when that ended, I felt like I lost a group of friends, like in a sunken ship. I was like, what do you mean? I felt I wanted to run into them, like somewhere, and see how they were doing. I'm like, it was a mourning. Like for a week, we were so sad that the ritual of watching it, together every day. I always tell them, I wish we were into something that we are both anxious to get to at night or whenever we get the chance.
Yeah.
I miss that. I love when I find a good show that we like to get into.
Have you seen Shrinking?
Yeah, I started it. My husband started. He gets like 2 episodes in and falls asleep, and then I keep watching. And then by then he's like, "Forget it. You finish it. I'm not gonna watch it."
That happens to us a lot too.
I think I finished the first season, but it was funny.
I love that show.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows that's kind of like, it's Ted Lasso vibes. It like
still haven't seen it. I know. It's on the list. Yes,
that could be your show.
It
There's no way he's not going to be into it. It's so good.
We tried. We've watched like the first 3 episodes a few times, and
I don't understand.
Vikings is another one. There's a lot of people into Vikings and The Last Kingdom. Everyone says it's awesome. We've tried. I think I've seen that first episode. I swear to God, like 8
dragons or something.
It's just the old Viking times or whatever. But I don't know if I'm expecting Game of Thrones.
Oh, which, speaking of shows that like totally shit the bed for the ending,
dragon thing. The last, what is it? Dragon Queen. What's it called? The dragon, the last dragon, the follow up to Game of Thrones.
The end of Game of Thrones. The last season of Game of Thrones, where they ruined all the characters and the ending was like so dumb. And I was like, how could you do this to us?
Yeah.
After we waited for you all these years.
Yeah. I don't know if it was super dumb.
It was super dumb.
Yeah. I don't think who won. I mean,
that wasn't the point. They just ruined every character. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so the first half of this was shows.
Yeah. So
it's okay.
So that's fine. Like we like TV. We like pop culture. We like celebrities. So every now and again, we're going to get into that. So just, buckle up. So today's episode, we are going to do something a little bit different. And we are going to delve into a pool we have not been a part of for a bit.
Nat's going to take the wheel on this. And I think since I'm the elder,
so I know you didn't know we have an elder in the room.
You know what?
I'm actually,
Can we call it something else? Ass. Big sister.
Mature.
Oh, girl. You are going to get something thrown at you.
Okay, no. So you know what? Actually,
you're big sister. You're big sister.
Yeah, you're the big sister. Then what am I? Also a big sister?
The teen. The big sister to the littles out there.
That's true. Okay, so
not that any little is listening, but
hopefully not too little.
Yeah.
But we were going to go into some dating advice, maybe advice we wish we would have gotten when we were out there in the world dating. Again, we have not been in this pool for a bit, but we still have been through life.
But we do see red flags.
We can see a red flag because we have been there. We have experienced it. And as we were saying, like, yes, things change. Like people are dating like online now and stuff like that. But human nature is human nature.
Yes, it is. Men are men, women are women.
Yeah.
And the way they show up maybe is a little different, but the reasons behind it and the signals and the signs. Yeah.
And so for any people out there who are dating, we're going to give you our takes on some of these scenarios. Some of these are common scenarios. Now, Claudia has not seen these at all. So these are going to be...
And again, I'm... of a certain age. I'm in my 50s. So, you know.
Own it. Say it with your chest,
I know
girl.
I'm saying it. I am. I'm going to keep it. So I see, like, my daughter's 23. She'll be 24. You know, her friends, I hear their conversations. You know, we're that house, which I love.
Yes.
You know, and a lot of them, even on their own, you know, her friends will text me or, you know, or they'll sit here in a group one night when it's, you know, girls' night at home, which is awesome. And the conversations, and I listen to some of them like, oh, my goodness. And so they'll ask, or she loves when I interject or I give. I'm like, listen, but you know, I have to tread a little bit because I love her friends and I don't want to say something hurtful, or I don't know the ins and outs of whatever they're going through, but I do hear, you know, things. And I'm like, we hear things. And I've always, at least with my daughter, she comes to me for advice and I've been honest and I'll, you know, so even though I'm there, I do have someone in the 20s, you know, so I hear a lot of things from her friends and stuff that what might be going on, or, you know, when they go out and they wear what they wear and they wonder why they haven't met, you know, him yet. And I'm like, what? Or her.
All right. So we're going to go through some scenarios and we're going to give it a red flag, a green flag, or a yellow flag. Like, we're not sure.
And if we speak on a man's, quote unquote, what men are thinking, I'm not just pulling this out of my...
Oh, Claudia's sensitive about some TikTok comments.
No, not that one.
Oh.
At all. No comments. I only read that one, said we were brilliant. And I'm like, thank you. Even though you're being sarcastic, I'll take it.
I think he called us astrophysicists.
I have a lot of, I have a lot of conversations. My husband's very informative and likes to give me what the men are thinking stuff. So, and it's funny because I've learned a lot. You know, and I always tell him, well, I wish every woman or girl had a guy who was that honest about what guys are thinking. So,
all right,
that's just coming. Go ahead.
You want to dive into it?
Let's do it.
Okay. How would we rate this? Red flag, yellow flag, green flag, and I think this does happen to people. They follow their exes on Instagram and they like their photos.
Oh no, why?
Red flag, yellow flag, green flag.
Okay, so I don't know what flag it so here's it depends. Who broke up with who? So if you follow your ex but you broke up with them, why are you following them? You broke up. Well,
maybe you're still on, like, maybe it wasn't a bad breakup. So, maybe it was like friendly.
Is that I mean,
so I have been friends with an ex. It doesn't really work.
Yeah,
it's kind of, it gets messy. It's not a great idea.
If it was mutual, you're like, you know, we're both like, we're better off. Like the romance thing is not happening. The romance, the whatever is not, and we're better off. But I mean, does that really happen these days? I don't know.
Yeah, but then I think when you unfollow somebody, and this is where the generational divide can kind of really shine through. I think unfollowing someone is like a big deal. Like, that's like, we're done.
Yeah. But so maybe it's like, it's hard for me to see you moving on with your life, and it's easier for me just to have the clean break. Like, I don't want to know or whatever because it hurts. Even if you wanted it, it's still like.
Okay, but in this case, they are still following them and they're liking their pictures.
Well, that's just silly. How about that? You like that? Silly? That's
all right.
Just,
what would you consider that? I would consider that like.
They're still into me. They still want to know what I'm doing.
No, if you're dating a guy who's doing that, how would you feel about it?
Wait a minute. Back up.
Yes.
That's not what I got from the question.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Yes.
It's an ex. So I broke up with somebody, but I'm still following them.
No.
But they're following me.
No. If you were dating a guy who followed his ex and liked the pictures, is that a red flag, a yellow flag?
That'd be a fight. That would be a full-on, why? They're your ex. They're friends. That's great. Let them text you a hi every now and then or whatever. You don't need to know what they're doing every day.
So they can't. So you would not date a guy who follows his ex on Instagram or something?
I don't know. It depends. Okay, so are they on their phone 24 hours a day? Already, I would not be dating them.
Well, that's a different question.
No, but I mean, if they follow them, yeah, I would say, like, how long have you been broken up? Like, whoa.
I would feel uncomfortable. Well, and the way this question is actually worded.
Maybe if they follow them, but do they have to like the stuff?
Well, that's apparently
a big thing. I didn't know that was a big deal.
That to me, it's I guess it's like an orange flag to me.
Like letting them know I'm looking at your stuff.
I think it depends how long they've been broken up. It depends on the type of photo they're liking. Like if your ex like graduated with their like PhD or something, like you can like that photo. But if it's a photo of them like at the beach in a bikini and you're liking that photo, that's a big red flag. I wouldn't.
And they're looking. Because I hear it from the girls.
Yeah,
They're like,
course.
they like this, and they send it to each other, and he liked this, and like they know, and that means something. I am so removed from that. If I think something's cute, I like it, and then I don't know what message I'm sending.
Yeah,
I'm
just in the dating world. We're not 50,
momming it.
We're not 50 something Claude. We're like in the dating world. I would say it depends on the photos they're liking, the types of photos. It depends on what their relationship is like, but it's not a great sign, I would say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't love that.
Yeah, you can mute it. No, isn't that a thing? Or you can mute their posts on Facebook. You can.
Yeah.
I've done that.
All right. How about this?
Not anybody I'm dating, clearly, but triggering posts.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people I had to mute.
I didn't unfollow, but I just don't.
No, that's because that's
your
like
stuff
final.
just pisses me off. Like I don't go on here to get pissed off.
Exactly.
So I don't watch the news. I don't want to. Yeah.
Okay, so how about this? They say that all of their exes were crazy.
Oh, you have a problem.
I think that's a red flag.
Big time.
That's a big red flag.
Maybe you just have shitty ass luck, and you need to understand. Maybe you're the problem.
No, the amount of times that men
and where are you looking for your dates?
But the amount of times that men call women crazy for completely reasonable behavior is
keying your car is completely not kidding. Kidding.
Like when I just smash your windshield or I, take a big shit on your lawn, that's not crazy, okay?
That's just anger. I'm working through it. Finding healthy ways to
I'm communicating. No, but like I think there's something, is it a red flag? There's definitely something to explore there, because if a guy says every single one of his exes was crazy, there's definitely shit that he was doing that sucked, and he's like gaslighting her.
What about every woman that says her ex was jealous? I couldn't take it.
Well, maybe. I trust her.
You see?
I trust it.
You say, what were you doing to make him jealous?
Oh, really? We're going to victim blame?
No, I'm not victim blaming. But I mean, there are women out there, and it's like, how much does he really like me? And they do shit that pushes buttons.
Are we?
No,
really?
I'm just saying. Listen.
Girls do this?
Can you imagine?
Not me. I never did.
At all.
Well, I never did.
I've been gone for 3 hours. He hasn't texted. He doesn't like me. No, that's not a jealousy thing, but she's not picking up her phone. Oh, he'll call me back. Like stupid games. You don't, if you're drawing it out in the person, you're just as much to blame. I don't think triggering those behaviors is a positive.
Well, no, but I think if someone says that all their exes were crazy, I would proceed with caution. I think that person probably behaves in ways that elicit responses that are going to be reactive
she's going articulate.
Yeah, I'm getting
We're going all master's degree in here.
It's a JD.
Yeah, well, shit. Girl, you ain't no doctor.
Shit. All right, how about if they insist you should never go to bed angry?
In real life, I try to practice that.
You do?
Yeah. I would say we've gone to bed angry.
How successful are you?
I would say I can tell you this. We've been married 25, been together 28, I guess. We have had some fights. We're both very expressive. We have never said shut up.
What?
We have never cussed at each other. I've used it in what the fuck, da-da-da.
Right, but not like fuck you.
Never. Never. I sometimes I'm surprised because I drop the F-bomb.
Because you're thinking it in your head?
No, because I drop the F-bomb all the time. And I've never said you're a dick, or he's never.
Really?
Mm-mm. And I want to say there might have been one time where I remember, and he said something and I hung up and I was like taken aback at the fact that I think he said, why are you being, well, I'm not, whatever. It was one time, and then I think I told myself, well, you now have a free pass to say, and I think I must have said you're being a dick or something like that. Once, ever, because.
That sounds really healthy.
Well, Well, and I was not a healthy person as far as relationships. When I came into this relationship, I had a lot of growing up to do. I had a lot of, which was great. But in my previous things, those lines were crossed all the time. And it was F you this and the, I'm going to go out. No, I'm going to go out later than you. And it was it was immature. If you're doing that at any point, like, that is so not a good place to be.
Yeah.
If you're having an argument and if you cuss in general, no problem. But at the person, calling them things, telling, you're crossing, you can't unring that doorbell. Like, you've already gone there. So now it's okay to go there that time.
It becomes a habit in the relationship is the problem with that.
You have to be able to hold yourself and just say, you know what, I chose this person. I'm with them. I'm not going to go there. It's very easy to get angry. And there's lots of things that can make you angry or where you're frustrated and you're just like, oh. No, so we don't. And it's hard to sleep. I can't sleep well when I go to bed with shit that's unresolved. And it's better to just stay up and resolve it. So now you don't wake up with it pending and then like.
So this is a green flag for you. This is a good man who's like.
Yeah, like not to go to, and I used to, in the beginning, I used to walk out and I would either slam a door, because that's what I was used to doing at my young age. And, and he was the one that used to say, you don't leave, don't slam the door and don't leave. I'm like, well, that's my way of showing the anger and making a point, and outgrew that. And it's so much better. Yeah, sometimes having these conversations or working it out is like, oh my God, I don't feel like it. I've learned now over time, and I've been able to tell him, I need time. I can't just finish this discussion or argument because I'm angry. And I'm going to say something just to be hurtful or just to be whatever to get the dig. And then it's going to suck worse.
Right.
So give me time. I know you want to resolve it now. I need time. It may be tomorrow or even 2 days from now. I need to simmer, think what I want to say, because I did have a bad habit of just saying what I knew would just really bother, and that's not good.
No, you definitely don't want to do that. I would say it's definitely not a red flag at all if someone says that. I just have found that in practice, it's really difficult, because sometimes if you have a fight late at night
and you're tired and you're falling asleep in the middle of the argument, that's happened too.
And I'm like, I just want to go to bed. Yeah. Or to your point, it might be something where I
said, I'm too tired. I'm not going to give in just for the sake of giving in to finish.
Yeah, it may just be one of those things where it's also maybe it's a complex conversation. We're not going to resolve it tonight. So I've definitely gone to bed angry before, but I don't think it's a bad thing to have someone who wants to resolve a conflict with you and doesn't want to, elongate and dramatize. So I think that's fine. Now, Claudia, I know that you are going to find this one to be a flaming, this flag is on fire. This flag is...
Oh, God. Why do you know?
They don't like dogs.
Oh, I'm not even going to talk to you. Dating? That's a joke. Not even going to happen.
I will happily.
Oh, please. You'll marry them, have 27 children.
I, of course, married someone that loves dogs. I am not a huge dog person. I have one now, but.
Well, you're my husband in this, but he has grown to he sends me dog videos all day long. And now feels for them things and talks to. It is endearing. Okay, I got to tell you.
But I just want to speak up for the community of people that don't love animals the way that a lot that love animals.
Yeah, I know I'm over the top.
I feel, well, no, you're crazy. But
I know.
We also,
I love it.
I feel that for those of you who aren't animal people, maybe you'll understand me. Like, I feel we get such a bad rap. I hear people say this all the time. I don't trust people that don't like animals. You probably say that.
No, but I trust the dog when they don't come near you and they're like,
fine. Oh, okay. But that's like, there are people who literally are like, you're not a good person if you don't like animals. Like, there's something wrong with you. There's like a chip missing.
No.
And I just want to say, I don't think that's fair.
No, it's not.
I personally, my aversion to animals is rooted partly in a negative experience that I had with a dog once when I was young.
Which happens to a lot of people.
And two, I'm allergic. And so when your exposure to an animal causes you to have a negative physical reaction, you naturally just don't want to be around it. So I think those of you out there who would consider this a red flag, just open up your perspective. Maybe some of us,
listen, my husband is allergic. I don't have an allergy to anything on the planet that I know of, that I've ever come across.
That's very lucky for you.
It is very lucky. Yeah. And no one in my family that I grew up with and friends nobody had allergies growing. So my first experience dealing with anybody with allergies was my husband at 26, 25. And I was like, what is that? I'm like, okay, we'll get over it. Like, being the real soft human that I am.
My husband told me the same thing. Like,
I'm like, go take a pill.
That's
whatever.
what he said. He's like, you could take a pill. You can get shots for that. And I'm like.
And he did. And he does. But I also, side note, would always say, but you're allergic to so many things. You're allergic to dust, to the change in weather, to grass, to rugs, So I said, you're going to be taking that allergy medicine.
Well, that's
anyway.
Different. But I just want the people out there to. And more on the way. I just think people don't just be so quick to judge people that don't love animals that much. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and in the reverse and in defense of the people that do, those of us who do love dogs or have our animals or whatever, and we go over the top and let us. That's our way of showing care. I love it. I love being an idiot with my dogs and getting them the things and seeing them as almost human. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to leave them alone. It breaks my heart when they're scared.
Yes, and if you're an empathetic, caring human, those things. It's not to say as a non-animal person, those things also they affect me. It's not like I don't care. I'm not cruel.
Of course.
But some of us just aren't that drawn to it. Anyway, it's not a red flag, ladies. Okay, how about if they say that they don't want to get married?
How soon are they saying that?
Let's say you're dating someone, or maybe you just you started dating them early on and you really, really like them and they're like, I don't know if I ever want to get married. I may never want to get married. Would you continue to pursue that relationship, or should that person just move on and find someone else?
There's so many depends there. How old are we doing a man-woman? Is that what we're doing?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, that's the only experience I can.
Look, I'm assuming it doesn't
I'm just
matter.
Gonna go
Someone tells you, look, I don't know if I want to get married. Would you continue to date that person? Should you date that person? I'm gonna
put it back at you because okay. I'm at a point where cool date. I've seen and learned enough to know there's a lot of great relationships that date for years and years, and they're fine just being a couple.
Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell.
And the lady from White Lotus and Sam, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah, Sam Rockwell.
18 years or something. They're fine. She never had kids. She didn't want kids. She said that wasn't something that they're perfectly happy. She says, I don't see why. And I get it. Is it a thing that we've carried with us that you have to get married and it makes it official, or do you just stay together because you want to stay together and that's okay with you? If they don't want to get married, some girls think, I'll change his mind, or maybe you won't, and then you're going to be 5 years in and they're going to look at you and say, well, I told you I didn't want to get married, and you're going to be, well, I thought you, well, that's your fucking problem. They told you from day one.
I think you hit it on the head. I think that's the most dangerous position you can be in. I think it's up to you to decide how important is marriage to me versus just a long-term committed relationship. Because
if you're doing everything that you would do in a marriage, you buy a house, you travel, you this, you that, other than having kids, but even then
Well, right, but I'm just saying you have to figure out how important is that commitment to you, because it is, it's not that I think it's more valuable than people who've been together forever and not married, but it is it does make it harder to get out. So it is kind of
but then do you stay when you don't want to stay, and then you end up treating each other like shit? But there's negative.
Sure. No, but I don't mean that. I just mean you have to decide how important that is to you, because if it is something that really, really matters to you and you know that you're not going to change your mind, don't expect that person's going to change their mind. Don't go into it thinking that you're going to be so amazing that they're going to say, you know what?
I mean, maybe they had a shitty experience. Maybe their parents were, who
knows, for whatever reason, right. Or they just don't want to. You just need to assess for yourself, if this is the most important thing to me, then maybe this is not the person. Or if you can be flexible and say, well, they're willing to commit to me, but they're not going to go that far, and I'm okay with that as long as we have whatever parameters you might want to put around it. Fine.
Here are two things before I forget them. Can I
go?
Your turn. Ding
ding.
Okay, a phrase or an extra. I love quotes. If I could have a wall, which I did in my rental, I would buy those quote framed thing. I love them.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I did. I had a whole room. But
Like
it was
home
our
is where the heart is.
No, not that cheesy, but cool.
Here's where we gather.
We love big. We this big. Our family. I know. Okay, but
No, you don't have
some of them
those.
are good. I don't. I only have that one, which I love, and that's our wedding song, "At Last." With
Oh
the
no,
words.
that's cute. Yeah.
You see, you're gonna make me lose my train.
I'm
Okay, so
sorry,
no.
I'm sorry.
One of the sayings that I heard that I loved was, a woman marries a man thinking she can change him, and she doesn't. And a man marries a woman hoping she doesn't change, and she does.
Deep.
And I was like, holy shit. And then you think, take a step back before anybody gets heated and wants to come at me. I didn't invent it. I didn't write it. I'm just repeating
Who's gonna
it.
get mad at that? Well, people
oh,
get mad at anything.
come on.
You're right. All right. No, but I think
that's exactly. Women are always like, oh, I'll change it. Oh, I'll have a baby and that'll change it. Oh, I'll da-da-da. And you're not going to change them. Men are pretty much our personalities, as they say in psychology. By I think the age of 4, you're kind of who you're going to be. You can develop habits. I read that in, I don't know where. I would have to
Is that right?
Your personality is developed the way you're everything by the time. Actually, they said 3.
3?
Yep. Maybe it's
you're
6.
You're like a psychopath.
I know, but you're
Your je ne sais quoi.
I'm going to have to look it up because then I'll get called out. But it is from a very, very early time in your life. That was number 1, the saying. And that's what happens. Women change, and men, when they fall in love with you, they like who you are then, and then you change. Usually after kids,
yeah,
you change. You do. And women marry a guy and think, I can fix him. I can change him. And that's who you're getting. And it's at their best. When you're dating, there's a big one.
Ladies.
I've told my stepdaughter this a million times.
It doesn't get better.
They think we're going to get married. When you're dating, this is the best time. Everybody's bringing their best forward. They're dressing their best. They're acting their best. It does not get better.
No, I mean, it's the
status.
relationship gets better, but in terms of those types of things, no, they're not going to impress you any more than they are in that moment. And if you don't like what you're seeing, then
you're not going to change them.
Just go. It's not going to change, and it's going to go downhill.
Worse. Yeah, because once they're comfortable and they think that you're in it and you're whatever, they're like, I can do whatever. That's just, and it's kind of human nature that I could go into the women let themselves go.
Oh, well, but no.
But I'm saying, I've got a married, I've got a kid. And then some people don't take care of, when they're trying to find somebody, they care a lot more.
Well, fine. But I just.
Okay, well, don't dismiss it. It's true. You don't think that for a big part, when you're looking and dating, you're on your game.
That's true. And by the way, if I had to date now,
I would kill myself.
What? No, you're
kill myself.
First of all, you're super hot.
Oh, stop it.
Hi. Yes. Men chime in. Just kidding. Don't chime in. She's a happily married woman. Don't do that. Fern, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, is my cellular?
No, but if I had to go back into the dating pool right now, things have changed.
I don't know if I would. I think at this point in my life, that's what I was saying. Some of these dating things.
But I think we could still have things to say.
I would be happy, I think, on my own in a group of women. This is what I've always said, why you see little women traveling together in their groups and having their little game nights and their card nights, and they go in their groups because that's what women do. We're group.
We're pack animals.
We're pack animals. We need our sisters. Men, if at an older age, if they lose a spouse, they're kind of they need to find another spouse.
They tend to die sooner because they really rely on that. And there was actually, so I have a group of girlfriends. We are, they're all my law school girlfriends. There's 9 of us. We are very tight. We talk every single day on Slack, and we talk all the time about our commune. And we talk about it like
a cult.
We're planning for it.
Yeah.
So it's like when our men, we're all assuming that we're going to survive.
I know.
Our men.
I know.
When they go, where's our commune going to be?
Who's going to start it?
Yeah. And we literally have found articles written about this. There is there is something behind women just wanting each other.
Golden girls. Listen.
Golden girls.
It's a thing. And you think, it's not that you don't love your partner,
no,
whatever.
Of course not.
But there is always, as a woman, I think, a responsibility of caretaking and whatever. And I think when you find yourself at that point that your kids are grown, and unfortunately, if your spouse dies, you find yourself alone. It's not that there's a new sense of freedom. It's just a new reality that you haven't had in a while. And you're kind of like, I can go do, it's hard to explain, but I see it in the community of women that are older and say, no, we're going to travel. We're going to do this. They go to pickleball in their groups. They have canasta. They have this. And they're just like happy being together because as women, since we're yay big, there's a breakup. Come over. And it's community and it's ice cream. It's the sisterhood. Guys don't have that.
And you know what?
They really don't. It's sad.
It's to their detriment, actually, because there is, I always like to just insert a little psychology. And
in your certification
I'm getting my certification. I'm almost done, guys. It's next month. But one of the things that they have found to be the biggest differentiator between the people who are the happiest and the most unhappy is the quality of their relationships. And it's not just your romantic relationships. It's all the relationships in your life. And as women, we tend to... be a little bit more attuned to that. Yes, to cultivate them more and to give more attention to it. And so our friendships are a big deal and your girlfriends are a big deal. That's why girls' nights and girls' trips and like men don't have that. And you suffer, you may not know it, but men are suffering as a result of loneliness.
They keep a lot of shit inside and then it would,
Can I tell you actually along those lines? So we have...
I have to refill my glass.
Mine is here.
So as you talk, let me refill your drink.
Let me tell you a story. So I was at work recently and we have a women's group at work and they have quarterly lunches. And for the first time ever, we invited men to come into these lunches. And we were talking about, I forget what we were talking about. It was like balancing like work and life and blah, blah, stuff like that. And the men said, they participated in the conversation and they were talking about like work-life conflict and all this. And one of them said, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for inviting me. I never have a space to have this kind of conversation with anybody. And I feel so much more comfortable talking to women about it. I can't imagine having this conversation with other men. So thank you for like creating this space for us. And at first I had been kind of like side-eye about inviting the guys. I was like, oh man, you guys got to be in everything.
And what did I say? We should do a podcast over there. And you're like, hell no.
No, I will not do a podcast at work. But the point was, like men are dying for community. And so I think you guys like maybe just invest a little more in your friendships because you're going to get so much out of it.
You know what? If you don't think that they're open enough or whatever, be the first one to open.
You'd be shocked at how much is like, going to come out.
Yeah. Especially if you're going through things, the first baby or about to get married or,
marital troubles that you might be having.
I know guys, apparently, from what I understand, they don't like to divulge much. They don't share much they don't share much about their spouse or, intimate. They don't want other guys knowing anything about.
Meanwhile, my best friends know everything.
Of course, every woman, just guys out there, her friends know.
They know everything. There's nothing her friends don't know about you.
And so for men, it's different. They don't want another guy imagining or picturing or thinking about their wives. So they don't talk about a lot of that stuff. I know that sounds silly, but
No, but it's real. It's real.
Yeah. So I get that. But you can have regular conversations or, just bring it up and say, hey, there has to be someone that opens that seal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Be that one. Be a trendsetter. Like, come change. All right. Wait. Okay. So we got to move on because we got a couple more here. All right. So what would you do? Red flag, green flag? If someone says, I love you after 2 weeks.
Oh, no.
Bad?
Bad.
What if it's love at first sight? What if it's love at first sight? You're going to hold it in if you really feel like you love them?
Well, at 2 weeks, I think you're at the beginning. I think everybody who's dating someone they like, you feel all those things in the beginning. That's what everybody chases, right? I mean, that's all the things that, but I missed that feeling or whatever. That's always at the beginning. So yeah, at 2 weeks, you're going to feel like you're in love with somebody because...
But what if you really are?
How do you know at 2 weeks? You don't know a lot about that person's life anybody can put up a good front. Fuck, you can date for 6 months and put out your best everything, and then boom, all of a sudden, like, well, he never did that before. She never did that before. You got to give it some time.
So you think it's too early? Would it scare you away?
Yeah, if someone said that to me, you can feel it all you want. Show me. Stay. Have some staying power. Let's see how consistent you are. And if 3 months from now we're still in this place and you say it, I might not be scared. But 2 weeks?
I think that's the right answer. However, in real life, I think it would depend on how I feel about them. If I was having those same feelings, I wouldn't find it so scary. If I was like still deciding and they said I love you, then I'd be like, ooh, no.
Yeah. So is that an ick? Like a guy who's too...
Is that an
like
ick?
too emotional, like too forward with his I'm all about you?
Okay, so here's
there's so many, everything branches off.
Okay, so here's
There's
what
mini
I think.
flags.
Here's what I think, young ladies. I think when you are dating like in your 20s, and maybe this was your experience too, Claudia, I don't know, but like for me, there was like a lot of drama. There was just a lot of drama in my dating. There was a lot of like things going on, and that was exciting for me in a way. It was almost like that kept it interesting, and like it wasn't necessarily that I wanted the drama, but I was not doing anything to repel it. Like I was very much a participant. And
theater major.
I wasn't. I was political science. Thank you.
Okay. Minor in theater.
No.
I know, I'm joking. Just saying drama. Hello. Go with me, Nat.
I'm good
Onward.
at clearly not a drama major.
No.
I couldn't go with it.
No, it's okay. Have another drink, Nat.
All right.
Lightweight.
Anyways,
Go.
The point is, I think when you're younger, sometimes you can, like a guy who's maybe expressing emotions to you or whatever, that can be icky. And I feel like later on in life, you appreciate a man who's communicative and who can express his feelings. And so
I think when you're younger,
it's so hard to appreciate that. Yeah. And you think like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
And ew.
You want the bad boy. You want the
asshole. You want the one who's cheating on you.
He wants the chase. And here you are like,
exactly. So it's very drama. And it's like, I just think, ladies, if a man is like expressing how he feels about you, like that is not a red flag. And I think some women in that age range might find it icky. Like, I think that's a sign of emotional maturity. Now, if it's too much too soon, okay, like let's use our judgment. But if it's like a guy who's just like, hey, I really like you, and they're not playing games, and they're not like, not leaving you on red for 3 days or whatever, like those aren't like bad signs. Like it doesn't have to be difficult.
No, and if someone likes it, here's the key. The guy will show you. Now, again, asterisk. Maybe he's psycho. There's always a possibility. But the age-old question, does he like me? How do I know it?
You'll know.
If a guy likes you, you will know. You don't have to try so hard. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to, should I text him or not? Do you think stop thinking. Mm-hmm. Guys, if they like something, they will move heaven and earth to get you. Think about the guy you didn't like, right? You didn't like him back. We're going to speak words that way.
What?
I don't know. That was something that just happened.
Was that English?
It was English somewhere.
All right. Okay. Take two? Take two?
Well, you know what I mean. What was I even saying? Okay. So if you're wondering, guys, we've all had, even when we were little girls, young girls, there was the boy, the guy that liked you, and you were like, oh, no, thank you. And no matter how much you rebuffed him,
he kept coming.
And he kept coming back. Why? Because he wanted.
He was like the herp.
He was coming at you. Like he was like, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to try. The guy that likes you for real, that you like and likes you back, he's going to do the same thing. The problem is that when we like them back, we're afraid to show them I'm not interested, because you think, what if he thinks I don't like him? Then he's going to go away. And then you start acting differently. And then he's like, oh, she's into me. And then the chase for him it's stupid fucking games.
It's exhausting.
It is, but it's in the psyche of a man, of a guy or whatever. So if you have to wonder if he likes you, maybe he doesn't, because they will show you when they like you.
I fully sign off on this. I think women spend and I'm thinking of myself, like how much time I spent wondering about someone. And if you're, this is another one. If you're worried that they're cheating on you, they're probably cheating on you. I just want you to know that. Like, I spent so much time years back. I had a boyfriend who was the world's biggest cheater. And it was always like, I kind of knew it, you know, and there was like all the signs were there.
But you want to make excuses, or
but
you want to
wanted to make excuses about it. I didn't want to, it was like, if I could, like, if there was any plausible, like any plausibility to his story, I would take it. Even though my rational brain was like, girl, please. Like, this man is cheating on you.
But you're avoiding the hurt. You're like, okay, what?
But let me just tell you, like, that gets you nowhere.
Feel it in your gut.
You feel it, there's probably, now, some people are unreasonably jealous, but I think you know what I'm talking about. People know the difference. If you feel like you're being cheated on, you probably are. And if you're not sure if he likes you, he probably doesn't.
Right.
And that can, if you just accept and internalize that, I feel like it could save you.
And it's hard. It's a hard realization sometimes, because sometimes you're into somebody and you're thinking, you know, I don't like the way they're treating, but you're into them, so you think I'll just deal with it, or maybe it was this one time, and you just keep kind of circling around, you know, making excuses, and that's horrible. You're just gonna and you're gonna turn into somebody you don't want to be. Because then you start becoming the jealous and the checking and the thing, and it's like, oh my God, who wants to live? If that's how you're living now, do you think it's going to get better? Because it's not.
No, and that's the worst part of it. Like, when you find yourself in these situations where either you're not sure if they like you and you're trying to make them like you and you're trying to figure it out, or they're cheating on you, and like you turn into like this pathetic version of yourself. Like, I have found that was my experience. I turned into the most pathetic version of myself I've ever been. And then you're wondering,
why don't they like me? And you're like, okay, because you're
fucking pathetic.
I don't like you, and I'm your friend.
I hate me. Seriously, like, I remember that period of my life, my friends hated me. They were like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's awful. And you feel like a piece of shit of yourself.
You do.
It's awful. And I remember sitting out in a car. It's horrible.
God, I have so many stories. I don't even want to get into them.
No, we could have episodes. And I look back and I want to grab that younger me, that girl, and go, girl, man.
For sure.
But those experiences helped me recognize flags. You know, now you know the signs, and you know, and once you get out of it and you're thinking, okay, that was not a good thing for me, and you were young, but I remember sitting outside in a car just across the street, like waiting to see if he got home. Like a
stalker?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if he got home or whatever. This was my ex, whatever. It was just stories that I can relate to these, you know, to 20-something girls that you're in a relationship, and at the time I was like, well, I can't have him. Nobody else would. Why? Like,
well, and I
know, but girls go, man, we do
that stuff, and I forgave so many things that were like unforgivable because you don't want to go through the breakup, and you don't want to end it, and like all this stuff. And again, like in the end, you think you're doing yourself a favor by like saving yourself the heartache. He's gonna leave you anyway. You're just postponing it, by the way. And whether it's he leaves you or you leave him, that type of dynamic can never work long term. And so if you find
not working short term, you're just sticking it out for whatever reason.
Make it work. Yeah. But if it doesn't, like, just walk away. Like, and I promise you, as someone who's now far on the other side, like, there's something better waiting for you. Yeah. You have to believe that. Yeah. Like, please believe that. And you're not gonna find it while you're hanging on to that. You're not, until you drop that bad habit or that ball and, you know, that thing that's weighing you down, you're never going to find the thing that's out there for you because you're focusing on the thing that's weighing you down. Fuck us
on it. Fuck us on it. I know.
All right. There's a few more here, but they're kind of dumb.
So
let's see.
Let's talk.
This is a good one. What if they Venmo request you for coffee? What if they Venmo request you when you go on a first date? So let's say you go on a date.
This is not for me.
And they pay.
This is so not for me.
And then they send you a Venmo request.
Fuck your Venmo. Decline, goodbye, lose my number. Fucking coffee? If I have to Venmo you for coffee, I'm going to be living a life I do not.
That's a clear red flag. But what if it's like a nice dinner? What if you guys go on a date and it's a nice dinner?
I'm sorry. No. You asked me out on a date. I am still full subscription to the man, woman, guy, girl, No, I'm not in the dating pool of the 20s, so I don't count right now.
No, that would not be okay with you.
I would like a man who
to pay you. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone
I'm not even going to
bills?
bills yet. I'm talking a dinner and a date. You want me? Then we
So
go to
you
lunch.
wouldn't
Let's
pay-
go on a lunch date. I'm not.
Okay. So what if you go on a lunch date?
But is
and
it a date? Is
It's
it
a
someone
date.
say, "Hey, I'd like to see you. Let's go to lunch."
Yeah, and he texts you, "Let's go to lunch. Let's meet."
You're paying. You're paying.
So you're
I'm not even gonna bother.
So you're not even gonna pull out your card to
No.
pretend that you're gonna
No.
pay. Oh, interesting. I would probably pull it out and pretend, but expect that he's gonna say, "No, I got this."
I'll leave the tip. Hey, don't worry about it. I'll leave the tip. Why
How are
not?
you gonna leave the tip?
At the table.
Are you carrying cash?
I don't know. I don't anymore.
What are you? What century are
Okay,
you
so maybe
from?
not. Well, 50 years ago. Last century, as you've pointed out, asshole.
No, the 1900s. I say
Yeah,
that all the time.
1900s. That's where I'm from, where manners were made.
But you're gonna,
Well, they
you're
were
gonna leave
bred.
the tip. No, that's
Okay,
even
so maybe not the
worse.
tip.
That's worse.
I'll buy dessert. How about that?
No, you have
Let's
dessert
go
at
get
the
an ice cream.
restaurant.
Okay. Well, then fuck it. He's paying everything. You're not leaving. I mean, really?
I'm giving no room.
No room.
Maybe you would say we could get.
And I think I would like a man who expects and knows that he's going to pay.
Okay, so you're traditional
Doesn't a man
in that
feel
sense.
like I got it?
Maybe
I think most
some.
men are scared these days with the whole woke thing. And am I crossing a line? Am I offending you by paying? That has so fucked it up for just. I know. I'm going to get beat down.
roasted. No,
It's fine.
I think there's something.
Disclaimer, I'm a different generation and I get all the progress that's going on, but I mean, some things that were traditional are nice traditions or are nice. Some men still like to feel like that.
Sure.
And I think some women like to still feel like I got asked on a date. I think he's paying.
I would definitely do I'm going to pretend that I'm going to help pay for this, but I deep down, I want. Okay, for those who don't speak Spanish, no existe means does not exist. Like,
right.
nope.
Doesn't.
Like,
no.
absolutely not.
No.
All right.
I don't mind paying for, like, let's say if I say, hey, there's this great, I don't know,
Lebanese restaurant.
no, not even a restaurant, whatever, a function, an event, whatever, and say, I'm going to get to you. Are you interested? Would you love to come? I have no problem buying the tickets and doing it. I invited.
So your line is, if you invite me, you pay.
Yep.
If I invite you, I pay.
I pay. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
I think so.
That seems fair.
That seems normal.
All right. Okay.
Healthy.
I think that seems healthy.
It's healthy.
We're all about health.
It's healthy.
This is a health podcast.
Yes, it's what it is.
All right. I think we've run up on our time. I think
Have
there's
we?
probably more. We can do a part 2 on this. I think there's lots of fun things to talk about. Let's do one of our cards here, our Delve
pick
deck.
this time.
Oh, I'm going to pick. All right.
Yeah, 'cause I picked last time.
Our Delve deck is just these cards that have random questions on them. They can help you
we
get to
love
know us better.
Yeah, I love to just post.
Just
Talk
dumb shit. All right.
More dumb shit. It's all right. That's cool. I have to pee so bad.
Oh, okay.
Do you have to pee? Badly?
Claudia, I'm going to pee on this.
Oh, okay. So
I
hurry
was
up and
like,
read the
we
card.
got to get through this because I
we
have to
do.
go to the bathroom.
I keep looking at this like, can I
Oh,
not?
fuck. All right.
Okay,
This is like
go.
not that interesting.
No, then pick a different one because I went through a stack that were not. And then we
No,
came
but
up on
I
queefs.
just want to. So
Awful.
this is not super. No, I'm not going to do this. It's too.
Yeah. Pick a different one. You can pick a different deck. Maybe
Okay.
pick a different box.
What's a rule you wish you didn't have to abide by? See, this is like a lot of heavy thinking for where we are in the day.
What is it?
What's a rule you wish you didn't have to abide by? I am going to go with the 5-day work week. I think we should all move to a 4-day work week.
Oh, I like that.
And like, why are we still doing Monday to Friday, 9 to 5? Nobody lives like that. That's completely unnatural. We now have, that was developed at a time when women were not in the workforce and also raising kids. And it's just stupid. And it's like, I don't think it's a sign of anything. And I would go to the 4-day work week.
Okay. Well, I don't, you've got, phew. All
I have to
right.
pee so bad. I'm just trying to, do you remember the Micro Machine, man?
What?
The Micro Machine?
What is that?
What? There were those little toys. They were like the little cars.
Oh,
or
okay.
The Micro Machine. He would talk this.
No, but like our TV does that when I turn on Dolby Vision. It says some shit real fast that
Like,
you can't.
what is what you wish you didn't have to
That like an auction guy.
Yes.
I don't remember the Micro Machine, but The 5-day work week. Yeah, I think that's stupid. I
It's
think
antiquated.
we need to update, especially since a lot of people work from home.
Yeah,
I think
and
that's
you can kind of work anytime from wherever. Like, why are we sticking with these very antiquated rules?
rule. I would say is there,
Definitely not the man has to pay on the first date because you still abide by that.
well, no, he has to pay on the date he invited for.
Correction.
Correction.
Come
Rule.
correct.
You know what? That you can't bring your dog to a restaurant.
Oh no, that's a fine rule. No, we're not. We're not.
I think if
that
it's
rule.
outdoor, I think you should be able to bring your dog.
No.
If you're sitting outside, I'm not saying bring them into the restaurant.
Definitely
I
not
understand
inside.
that. Or they can come on planes. I don't want them going in the undercarriage. Absolutely not. And they should have a section on planes that is for people traveling with pets, and they can bring their pets. And if you have allergies, you sit somewhere else. These are reserved for people who reserve with pets. Yeah, I think they need to be more inclusive in hotels, in restaurants, and things. People have their pets, especially since 2020 and
And
COVID.
some people don't want to be around your pet.
Then don't eat there. Sit somewhere else.
Well, this is your rule. This is your rule. It's your rules,
I
your
get to
world.
pick it. I get to pick it.
All
and
right.
in my world, my doggies get to go wherever
Animals
I go.
everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's a happy world.
Oh,
They are.
all right. Well, on that note, thank you for joining us. We are going to let us know how you felt about this episode. Do you want to hear more of our advice, more of our dating advice?
Yeah.
We are elders, so we
Thank
are.
you for including yourself in that.
I always
You are.
do. I always include myself as an elder, and
You're a younger elder. Junior
well,
elder.
elder
A junior.
That's cute. I like that. I'm a junior elder. All right. So we're always happy to share our wisdom, our advice, our thoughts, our experiences. Let us know how you felt about it. If you want a part 2 on this.
And side note, as I interrupt her, living in Miami, we have that extra added bonus. So we have the Latin and Hispanic culture mixing with the every
you know what I've-
other.
you know what I've
and there's
noticed?
a lot of different things that come with that. You know, there's
what? There are, but you know what I've noticed? Having a very diverse group of friends with lots of ethnic backgrounds, we're all the same, man. We're like, it's at the
boils
end of
down
the
to
day,
men and women.
we're all the same. So in any event, please follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure that you leave us a nice, positive review. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, TMI FYI. And if you have any ideas, thoughts, questions, dogs that you want to include on the podcast, you can send us an email, ask us at tmifyipodcast.com, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Cheers.
Cheers.
Another.